Here in the postgame with IceDogs head coach Krys Barch. Krys, first preseason game, there's still a lot of things to work on for every team, I'm sure, but after that first period, how happy were you with the response the last 40 to be able to pull out those 3 goals and come away with the victory?
Yeah, you got a lot of youth, stepping onto that ice for the first time and used to playing, in front of crowds that are much smaller than tonight and buildings that are not as big. So it was nice to see them kind of get through some of that anxiety, a little bit of nerves, and again, just come together and push and start understanding what and the elements and foundation of success, which is work. And if they're willing to work for each other, if there's a push from 18 young men plus 2 goaltenders, there's a result at the end. It was nice to see that accumulation of decisions result in a great victory for us. So.
And with your first week of getting players in here for training camp and preseason, we saw in training camp, you were very vocal about what you wanted from the guys, made sure that the tone was set from day one. You talk about your 4 core principles, and even tonight it seemed like you were very vocal on the bench, really trying to communicate to the guys what you're looking for. So trying to set that standard right away, is that sort of the goal for you already in week 1?
Oh, for sure. Well, all week long we've always harped on preparation allows an opportunity for success. But then tonight, when you get to game time, it comes down to choices. And it's whether you're willing to block shots, whether you're willing to backtrack on pucks, whether you're willing to, get to hard areas. And when you start making those decisions, you have players that are engaged, emotionally engaged. And if you again have, the majority of your team emotionally engaged, then there's a success element in the end. So again, it's just learning what the expectation is and buying into that expectation.
How did you think Brady Wasslin played tonight? Goal and assist. He looked a little bit banged up, but he was able to come back. How did you think of
I don't
66?
care about the goal and assist at all. I love the block shot at the end. I love the block shot at the end. And you know what? If he's willing to do those elements, the process and the production will come. I think it's understanding that those elements are what's important. Those elements are what endures you, to your dressing room. And for me, it's the block shot, the goal and assist. I don't think about it. That's a result of the correct process.
And then getting a look at some other players tonight, some regulars out of the lineup. You wanted to get a look at some guys. Is that sort of the way you're going to go about it for the rest of the preseason? You switch goalies halfway through. Is that sort of the mentality you want to get a look at as many players as you can throughout these 4 games?
Well, most definitely. I think it's, this is about analyzing and critiquing and seeing where guys are at, creating a development plan for them. If they're a situation where they're not ready for an everyday experience here, but giving them the best plan, in terms of wherever they go, that allows them to hopefully be developed and develop themselves to get to where they want to be is with us. So.
And then lastly, the penalty kill tonight was something that was really good for your group. You talk about the blocking of shots and the playing, the 200-foot game and making sure that you're doing all the right things on the defensive zone to create the offense. How did you think that they instilled that message that you were trying to really get through to them this week and be able to come away with a great penalty kill performance tonight?
Yeah, it comes down to character and choices. And, that 4-man group and every player that went out there, for those opportunities, they invested, and again, that's what it is. It's a daily investment, and shift by shift investment, and they start understanding that there's a return at the end. It's no different than somebody with their 401k. You keep putting in every single day. Eventually, there will be a return. So.
And then lastly, just a quick thought on Riley Patterson coming over in a big trade from Barrie.
Yep.
Offensively skilled player. How nice is that to add a guy like that to already your great young core to your lineup card?
Yeah, you know what? Fantastic. He's able to slide in at center. He had a great job on the right side for face-off percentage. But again, also be able to play the wing and support Ryerson Edgar. I thought Ryerson Edgar was fantastic. He tonight. So again, a real nice element of complement, being able to move him and be effective in that face-off circle, but also be able to applicable on the wing and help out with our young group. So
thanks, Coach.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks.